Hello.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Hi, Prakhar. So my
Yes,
screen is visible to you?
yes, it's
Okay. So in the last session, we just had discussion regarding class
encapsulation. Yes,
encapsulation, right? So today we will discuss on inner and outer classes in Python.
yes.
Inner and outer classes in Python. So the first question comes in our mind, why do we use inner class in Python? Do you have any idea?
So, like to, sir, to get the exact results, sir, to get the only result present in the inner class,
Hmm.
like, sir, using it, we won't be getting the result of outer class. Sir, to be specific about any result,
Hmm.
mean,
Okay. So suppose you are creating a program or you are developing a software. So you need to import different libraries. Like suppose you are writing import NumPy, import Panda, import OS. So different libraries or modules you are calling. So the best thing that can be said, that is logical grouping. Logical grouping. Logical grouping means what we can do. We have a class that is having some other class inside it that are related with each other at some extent. What does it mean? Like we have a main class geometry box, correct? So in the geometry box, we can have other inner classes, like we can have all the class and function related to eraser, correct? So we can have eraser, we can have color palette, right? Color palette. So all the functionalities which are available inside eraser and color palette, these are interrelated with each other. Sometimes we are using color palette to color anything, any object, and sometimes we need to erase it. So these interrelated things are kept together. Similarly, we can have another, we have drawing tools. We have drawing tools or shapes that we can use. So if we are using any shape, so in that shape we need to fill color. So we will be using color palette and sometimes we might be erasing it. So these classes are interrelated with each other. So suppose we are creating these classes separately. So what will happen? What will happen? Every time we will have to explicitly call these classes and create the instance. But it is better idea to keep such related classes inside a single class so that logical grouping will be there and maintainability will be also stronger. Correct? Next, we want to implement encapsulation. We want to implement encapsulation. Encapsulation means whatever important thing that we want to show to user, that will be shown to it, and rest of the things can be kept private so that it cannot be accidentally called in our structure. Okay, and here is another important thing: avoid polluted namespace. Avoid polluted namespaces. Avoid polluted namespaces means we are using so many libraries and class, and if we are calling here again and again import X, import Y, right? Import Z. Similarly, we can have different modules and classes. So everywhere we will have to call n number of classes or modules or libraries so that the structure of the entire program might look very difficult. So we do not need if these things are interrelated with each other x, y, and z. Suppose this one is x and y and z. So instead of calling x, y, z again and again, what we can do, we can call geometry box. Clear? Import geometry box. Geometry box as, and we can create alias. So similarly, we can create alias for this GM, and using GM we can call eraser, we can call color palette, we can call shapes. Clear? So in this way we are able to understand why do we use inner and outer classes. So this is the purpose of using inner classes. This one is called outer class, and these classes will be called as inner classes. Any doubt up to this point? Tell me.
No, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. If there is no problem, then we can just start with the implementation part. We will try to implement how these things work. So let me
Yes,
open
sir.
the Visual Studio Code. Inner1 dot py. So here I am. Okay, let me take inner example dot py. This. Okay. And important thing, how we will be calling these classes. So which class will be created at first? The outer class. Clear?
Yes,
And inside the outer class we will have inner class. So let me create a class that is outer class, and let me name it as outer. We can we we can use another name as well. So for simplicity, I'm just and create init method to initialize the properties. So here I am just keeping it blank and I will just create a property over here self dot name. I'm not passing any argument. Correct? This is outer class. Okay. And let me create another class that is inner class. Inner class. And here we are creating another init method and just create another property self dot name. This is inner class. Inner class. Okay. And let me create another method message pass the init constructor object self print. This is in the inner class. Okay. So just these classes are, and let me keep it over here. So this one is the identification we need to handle. Okay, this way. Okay, so what I have created an outer class. See, it is collapsing, correct? This is outer class and this is the inner class that is inside outer class. Okay, now let us create all outer object, outer obj equal to outer, and just print outer obj dot what we are getting name.
Name.
So this name is the property of this outer class, correct? If I
Uh,
just call it name.
sir, can't we call sir, can't we call the inner class directly?
Now I'll show you how to call it inner class. Okay. So just run it. So this is calling the outer class. This one is being called. Now I want to call this method as well. So how do we call it? Print outer object dot. Which class I am getting? Inner
Inner.
class. Then I will give it inner. Then I will give message. This method I am calling. Simple example. So what is happening inside this? This is outer class and the inner one is in the memory. So I'll just show you how I can call it, or we can call it inner dot name See, this is called the name of the class. Obj inner dot underscore underscore name. So this will give the name of the class. Correct? In the next
Yes.
example, I'll show you how to access this one. So let me take another example. Inner example 2 dot by class. I am creating outer class first. Inside this, creating a method underscore init, and then we are creating a property self dot like name equal to outer class, then create inner class, class inner. Inside this, create init method, create the property self dot name. We can create any property name. Name is not important. So I am giving it inner class. Then we have another method def. We have message, then self, and give it some message. Hello from inner class. Clear?
Yes.
Now create the object. Object of the class outer obj equal to outer. Okay. And if I want to call the inner class, then I will create inner obj. That was your question. Clear? Outer dot outer obj dot inner. This class. Clear? So this is the object of outer class, and for the inner one, I will access through this one and then tell the name of the inner class, then I will access it. Correct? So I can access anything like I want outer obj dot name. This one is from the outer class, and here I am calling inner obj dot message. Clear? So here I am calling the method for the inner class. This one. Now run it. Clear? What we are getting? First, we are creating an instance of outer class, outer obj. Then using outer obj, we are accessing inner class and creating the instance inner obj. Using this, I can access any property of the outer class. So we have name property over here, and using this inner obj object, I can access any method or property of the inner class.
yes.
So this one, I'm sharing this code to you. Okay. Any doubt up to this point? Hmm.
No, sir.
Okay, fine. Now we will do the reverse operation. What we will do? We have an outer class. We have an inner class. So this one is the outer class and this one is the inner class. Clear? What I will do? I will try to access outer class from inner class. Just reverse action. Access the outer class from the inner class. Sometimes we can do it and it might be the requirement. So how to access it? So this one is the outer class. Clear? And this one is the inner class we have. Using inner class object, we will be accessing the properties and object of the outer class. So let us start with this. Another example. Outer example 1.py. Okay. That
Yes,
class outer. Create init method. Init. Create any variable property you can say name or you can say username. It is not always required. Anything you can do. Clear? Username.
yes,
J. I have another class. Inner. Inside this, create init method. And here I'll be passing an argument. Like we were passing name, age, and so on. So here I will be creating an argument outer. Any name you can give. It is not required. Correct?
yes,
Any name you can give. So here I will just use self dot outer one equal to outer one. You can give it any name. This in the right side it is argument and this is the property. Clear? So create another method message pass the self print outer class name print self dot outer one dot name or you can say username, outer one, dot username. Now I will create object outer obj equal to outer class. First we will create object of the outer class. Then for the inner object, I will access outer obj dot inner. Clear? Inside this, I will pass an argument. So I will pass outer obj. Got it?
Yes.
What I am doing? I just have created a simple class init method, and inside this I am sending one argument, and this argument I am assigning into my property, and here inside this I am just putting it self dot outer one, this mean, and it is containing reference of this one, correct? So that it will access username. So I'm just passing it, and then I will call inner obj dot c. I'm able to access
Yes.
message, this method. Now call it this way. Outer class name. First I'm getting this one, and then it is calling the username. Clear? J.
Yes.
So how I am able to do it? Can you create this diagram in your mind? Outer class. This one is the inner class.
Inner class.
Simple init method passing one. The important thing is that in this class, I'm just passing this value in the init constructor. Correct? And this is the reference object of the outer class.
Outer class.
Using this one, I can access any of the property, any of the method that is inside the outer class. So this is the example of accessing outer class using inner class. Accessing outer class using inner class object this way. So I'm sharing this code to you. This way I can create different classes that we will be using. So let us take a real world example of car manufacturing. Okay. So in the car manufacturing, what happens? We have car, brand, model, engine, so many details. Clear? So you might have seen such example in Python, different Python tutorials. So I am just trying to elaborate the concept of inner and outer class using that example. Clear?
Yes.
So let me outer example dot py, and other question we will be taking in the problem solving session. So here first we will create a broadly speaking what we have. Broadly speaking what we have. We have a car class,
Yes.
right? So we have a class that is car class this way. We have car class. Inside we have another class that is engine class. That is engine class this way. So this I will be implementing engine class. And inside the engine class, there might be different methods. So we can have different method like start, right? Stop, drive, different method we can have. So these methods I will be using. Start, how the engine will start, how the engine will stop, and how we will be driving the car if engine is start. Clear?
Yes.
Drive this way. So this concept we are going to implement using the inner and outer class. And remember the square part that we can create module as well. Create. So in the module there can be different classes, but we are just focusing on creating inner and outer class. Module we have already discussed. So in practical problem solving session, we will be using it. Class car. Inside car, let me assume the car has some brand, model, all the details. Correct? So create init method to initialize the properties. So let us take, we have some argument like brand of the car, model of the car, and create property self dot brand, or you can name it anything, brand self dot model equal to model. Clear? Let us create another class, class engine. Inside this class, so have attention over the identification part. Correct?
Yes.
This one inside the car class. Here it is already having init method, and this will take the reference and let us create some engine is status. Engine is on or off, so we can give it self dot status equal to, by default we will keep it off. Okay, and if engine is start, then we have another method, start method, self, and I will just write print engine is start. We have another method, def stop method, print engine is stop. Clear? Now
Yes.
what we can do, we can just use this class as a property. So self dot engine equal to this engine class. Self dot engine class. Clear? We are directly creating a property for engine and just calling it self dot engine. Correct? This way. Self dot engine. And I have another method, def drive class, drive method. Drive self, and I will check the status, how I can drive the car. So I will first check the status. If it is start, then what will happen? I will give message. So if self dot engine, this one, self dot engine dot status equal to, and I can give the engine status. If it is start, I can give status self dot status equal to running. Correct? Running, and I can assign self dot status equal to off. This way. So here I am checking if self dot engine dot status equal to running. Then I will give it some message. Print, you can drive, and I am giving it string feed. You can drive self dot brand model. Else you need to start the engine. So any doubt up to this point? What we have done? Let us brief it. We have just created a class car. Inside car class, we have init method. I am passing two argument, brand and model. Over here, I am creating two properties, brand and model. Then I will click create a engine class. So for that engine class, I will be just accessing it and creating it, assigning it in a variable self.engine equal to this one. So this will refer can access this class as well. That is fine. Now I have different methods inside it. First, I have created init method, self, and I am creating a variable status. By default, the status is off.
Off.
If I want to start the car, I want to start the car to, so inside this method, first I will update the status, correct? That is running. Then I can give any message. And in the stop method, I will assign status as off, then give a message. In the drive method, what I will do, I will just check self.engine, self.engine dot status. What does it mean? Self dot engine, and for this we have created this one dot status equal to running. If the status is running, then whatever you want you can do, else do something else. So now let us create object. So first I will create object of the car equal to car. Inside this car I need to pass brand and model. So any brand we can give, like, so we can have any brand like brand 1, right? And I will give it name as model 1. You can give it any name, any car, any brand, but as this session is being recorded as well, so I'm not using any name to avoid the intellectual property right and cyber license. Okay, that's why I am avoiding it. Now using car obj, I can call the drive method car obj. I'm trying to access the drive method. So do we have any drive method inside this? Yes, we can access now. We have this class and method inside this, correct? So let us car obj dot drive method. So here I am calling it now car dot engine, car obj dot engine dot start. Then again I will call car obj dot drive method. Clear? Hmm. So let us run it. Then see what is happening. If without starting, if without starting engine, I am trying to use the drive method. What it is giving me? You need to start the engine.
Start the engine. Yes.
So from where it is coming, this is the car class. Inside this car class, we have init method, we have engine class, and this drive method is itself inside this car class, not engine class. Correct? I just want to have emphasize it. This drive is inside the car because in the car there is a engine. Correct? Getting my example?
yes,
There is a car, and inside that car there is engine. Okay, that's why I'm putting it as inner class. But car dot drive, this will be inside the car class. So if I am just asking, checking self dot engine dot status. So engine self dot engine, this one. So I am able to call this class. So that's why I am able to check the status variable. Clear? Self dot engine dot status. If it is running, then okay. Otherwise, need to start the engine. Then I just called start method. Then I again call it drive method. Now we can drive this car. If I stop the engine, car.obj dot stop stop method. Correct? Now if I again call it car obj dot drive because I have stopped the engine.
yes,
See, stop engine method is called, and then it is giving me you need to start the engine. So this one is the practical example, and watch it carefully. If any doubt, let me know.
yes,
So this is all about the class, inner class and outer class. But I have used only one class inside this, correct? Inside the car class, we have engine. Because if we have a car, in the car we have engine. So this is car is the outer class and engine is the inner class. Let me take another example. If we have a computer, if we have a computer. So inside computer we have different components, right? Inside
yes,
computer we have different component. We can have a CPU as a class. We can have RAM as a class. We can have motherboard as a class. So now we have three classes, correct?
yes,
So so this signifies that in a outer class there can be multiple inner classes. It is not always necessary that we have one outer class and one inner class. This is not always required. If business logic is required to implement like this, then we can have an outer class, and inside outer class we can have different mm, inner classes. Clear?
yes,
So let us implement this example. Let us implement this example. Multiple inner class dot py this way. I will create simple class only. Class computer. Inside the computer class, we have init method and we have properties self.cpu equal to. As of now, we don't have anything, so no need to worry. I will create the class, then I will assign it. Self.ram. So we have nothing as of now. But once we have created class CPU inside this class CPU, okay,
yes,
let me create like this CPU, and we have method, any method, CPU process, CPU process, like this, self, and I can do anything over here. CPU process the data like this. We have another class RAM. So we have class RAM, and we have another method. RAM is used to store something. So I will give it RAM storage. Let me give it proper naming convention. Self, and I can do anything. So print, it will random access memory. Correct? So now I will assign it. Now I will, because I want to use this as a property. Correct? So I will just write self dot CPU. Correct? Self dot
CPU.
CPU like this. I am accessing this class, and I will write self dot RAM this way. And let me create object computer obj equal to computer. Using computer obj, I can call CPU. Okay. So computer obj dot CPU. What is the property name? CPU. This one.
CPU. Yes,
Dot CPU. Then we have which class method I will call? CPU process.
yes,
This way. I am calling this one. Now I have computer object dot RAM dot RAM storage. Okay.
yes,
This way I am able to call the methods of my inner class as well. And we are using multiple classes inside the class. Now run it. Correct? So first it is calling the CPU process method, then RAM storage method. It is. So just keep revising the things. Just give me a moment, okay?
okay, sir.
हेलो. हाँ, एक मैं LIC वाला एक मैसेज आता था. हम व्हाट्सएप किए. अरे भाई हम बिजी थे थोड़ा. हम मैसेज किए हैं आपको. मैसेज किए हैं. हमारी ही पॉलिसी. हाँ. एक सेकंड। ये है 236860 315। फिर से मिला लो। 23। हाँ, ये सर्वाइवल बेनिफिट वाला है, इसमें अपडेट कुछ होना है। हाँ, आईसीआई वाला। आईसीआई। नहीं नहीं, वो वही चल रहा, कुछ नहीं बदला। हम्म। हाँ, क्योंकि मनी बैक वाला होता है ना, वही ये मैसेज आ रहा है बार बार, तो आपका। अब उनका हमको देखना पड़ेगा। हम्म। हाँ, नहीं तो अभी आएंगे तो हम आपको फोन करेंगे, ठीक। हाँ, ठीक ठीक। ठीक, हम कॉल करेंगे। ठीक है। ठीक है, अभी क्लास एक पढ़ा रहे थे हम लाइक। हाँ तो वही। अब अभी 10 बजे तक क्लास रहती है, थोड़ा देर से खुलती है। ठीक है। हेलो।
Yes, sir.
हम्म। तो ये कोड मैंने आपको शेयर किया है।
No, sir.
ओके, then we have another topic, that is file handling.
Yes.
Shall we start today or you want tomorrow?
No, sir.
Hmm?
No, sir. Not today.
Okay, so do the revision of all these examples, whatever we have covered today, so
Yes.
that very soon we are going to start the project for the core Python concept. है ना?
Yes.
Okay, see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.